It doesn't matter what year you are. I'm head of the associates. If I give you an assignment, you do it.
Hey, everybody. This is your daily dose of all things royal. Welcome back, my gorgeous, good looking friends. I need to do a sanity check with you guys because I sometimes feel like I'm in this alternate universe. Is it me, or do these grown ass adults need to be sanctioned somewhere? At this point, you should have all have seen this news or have heard that this had been publicized, that these two had been evicted from Frogmore Cottage. Then you have the Harkle spokesperson, Scrappy issue out this article where he writes stating that Charles is cruel and then quoting this alleged friend who said, "It all feels very final and like a cruel punishment." It's like the family want to cut them out of the picture for good. Cry me a river, guys. Cry me a river. We all know that this is a pity play from the Harkles, and in my opinion, this is part of some type of plan that's being executed by the Sussex camp. I'm really trying to wrap my head around these folks who are so appalled by this. For instance, Shouty Shola. She writes with her angry voice, King Charles and Prince William attack Prince Harry to punish Meghan. I can think they blame her for everything. The biracial daughter, sister-in-law of Black heritage, mother of King Charles' grandchildren, is the one they are really evicting from Frogmore Cottage. We see you. No, Shouty, we see you. You know, when they do shit like this, you have to wonder, is it to provoke the audience? Is it to make you feel and question that what you witnessed in 2020 when they decided to step back and move to Canada was wrong, or what you witnessed on the Oprah interview in March of 2021? Or was it made for you to question that you didn't understand when you saw moving boxes and the couple actually saying that they're leaving for good? It's you that is the stupid and ignorant one, not the Sussex Squad terror organization. They will be the first ones to tell you it never happened and never existed. So how about this tweet 2 days after the Oprah interview aired? Shouty Shola writes, "The monarchy failed Meghan and Harry and fails us by not addressing racism, mental health, and threat of suicide in its own family. It's time to hold the monarchy to account." Okay, so in essence, she is saying, and she understood it as such because she also watched this interview like the rest of us. Is she crazy because she has written here addressing racism, and 2 years later, Harry gets on an interview and's like, "My wife never said that they were racist." Obviously, Shouty still thinks that the family is racist because the last tweet about King Charles taking away Frogmore is all because of Meghan's skin color. Well, Harry said that the family wasn't racist, so why you shouting, Shouty? Since she's so passionate and caring about the welfare of these two, why not invite them to your motherland and let Meghan be your queen? If the monarchy, aka the family, are so terrible, why are you so bent out of shape that they're not getting the house back? The monarchy as an institution owes Meghan and Harry nothing because they left their job. The royal family, including King Charles, owes Meghan and Harry absolutely nothing. If Charles really wanted to be an asshole, he could ask for the £4 million he gave to Harry to help him get set up here in the US. Harry is a grown man, and it's not King Charles's responsibility to take care and handle Harry's life, especially since he spent the last 5 years attacking his own family with many smear campaigns. These are the smear campaigns that we know about, that they directly are responsible for. Think about all the smear campaigns that have been going on that they were behind the scenes directly responsible for, such as the Sussex Squad, such as mouthpieces like Shouty Shola and Omid, the manipulation with the media by sending out leaks and puff pieces. And what has the family done in retaliation for any of this? Nothing. They were still invited to the Jubilee. They were still invited for Christmas. They were still invited to go visit the Queen. At no point did the family ever shut them out. And let's not forget that the family did remember all of their birthdays, even the Instagram-loving bitch wife, they had wished her happy birthday. numerous years when they didn't really have to. If people are making a big deal that Harry and Meghan have been evicted, let's remember who left Frogmore. And I'm not really sure what it is that they need to pack up because in the Netflix documentary, as you can see, they had their shit packed and were very clear that they were not coming back.
We were going through so many boxes, just literally looking at everything going, oh my gosh, like, oh, this blanket I missed, that hat was so funny.
That sure looks like to me that they were packed up and ready to go.
We always saw Archie running around the garden at Frogmore Cottage and maybe jumping in the Queen's Pond. That was all part of our future, and everything changed really, really quickly.
Sounds like to me they weren't coming back.
We knew we were going to get some breathing space from this very painful experience that we've been stuck in.
Shouty, you paying attention? Why would you want something that caused so much pain? They were leaving, and they were going, and they weren't looking back. And that's confirmed in the Cut article where it's written, says the cottage is still theirs and has remained mostly untouched since they left. So my question is, why should they hold on to it if nobody is using it and it could be used for somebody else? Realistically, you know what really happened? The family decided not to take any action against this couple while the Queen was alive because they knew that she was sick. The poor lady didn't need any more drama to unfold with these two overseas. So when Charles became king at the end of last year, he most likely got his business together and said, okay, in 2023, this is what we need to do. And he went through his assets and said, look, nobody is taking care of this house. We need to put somebody in it. Better to be collecting some kind of rent. And all those Sussex supporters who are mad that Prince Andrew might be given this cottage now because he can't afford to live in the other property, well, that's too bad. That's the king's choice. At least Andrew didn't retaliate against the family and stayed out of the public eye out of respect for the family. It was said that Meghan and Harry knew in January that the home Frogmore was no longer going to be accessible to the couple. If they were so upset about this, then why didn't they say something in January? I think that this was a calculated attempt to stay in the media eye as well as attack the family. I believe that there's going to be more types of attacks like this in the sense of things being put out in the media that they're going to support and back so that by the time the coronation comes, and their hopes is to ruin it. I don't believe that Meghan, now at least, will be attending. I think that this was probably what they've been setting up in order to justify not going back. So by putting this out there and saying that, oh, we have no place to go back to or stay and we don't feel safe because of security, they have every reason not to go. And they're going to do something here in the United States to upstage the coronation, which I doubt will be successful. I mean, as we've seen in the past, nothing they have done yet so far has been successful. And they certainly will not be overshadowing the beautiful coronation and all the festivities planned around that. Settle in, folks. We're going to see a lot of PR games going on. This week was just the beginning with Omid Scobie. Valentine Lowe today had written an article in the Times, and the title says, Harry and Meghan are okay about leaving Frogmore Cottage. The king had decided to evict them in January after the publication of the Duke's memoir Spare. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are okay about the king's decision to evict them from Frogmore Cottage, the Times can reveal. They were not stunned at the request for them to leave their UK home and believe that if we need to move out, we will get ourselves out. Well, this is the thing. They are already out. And this is what I don't understand. The journalists' mindset when they write these articles, considering that they all watched this documentary, they all read the books, they all know that they left. So what is there left to move out? Meghan and Harry had no intention on going back. Valentine Lowe continues to say, it might also affect the chances of whether they decide to accept an invitation to the coronation. Until now, the assumption has been that they were so upset about being told to move out that they would be unlikely to attend the ceremony at Westminster Abbey on May 6. If they are less put out by their eviction than has been portrayed so far, it remains a possibility that one or both of them might attend. A source close to the couple said, the world seems to be more distraught over it than they have been. So, okay, let's pause for a second. Who do we think that this source is? I mean, seriously, where are these sources coming from that are so close to the Sussexes? If this couple is so private, how is it that they have so many sources that are speaking out? Are they now using James Holt as the mouthpiece to leak stories? I would say that he probably has leaked a few. So, this close source to the couple denied that they were stunned. The source said, "It is what it is. They are not fighting it. They realize they have a home in California. They have a roof over their heads. They were very privileged to have a second residence. It's not going to work out for them there, and that's okay." Oh, duh. I think everybody knew that. I will bet that this was James Holt that said this. I mean, who else do they have at this point? Really, he seems to be like the last man standing with the Sussexes. But I'm sure his time will come for him to be markled. It's just only a matter of time. I'm sure if Samantha's case moves forward, he somehow is going to be called in and playing a part of this. He could very well become a scapegoat for them. They did it with Scobie, and I don't think they'll be able to do it again. They could probably do it with James, since James practically will do anything for these two. Okay, so back to the article. Valentine Lowe notes that their acceptance of the situation is based in part on the king's well known desire to streamline the monarchy. Change was inevitable, the source said. The source added that when they were given permission to use the house by the late Queen in 2018 and carried out more than 2.4 million pounds of refurbishments, they had thought of the property as their home forever. The most alarming thing was that it was a gift from Her Majesty the Queen, and now it no longer that. But it's okay. Since leaving Britain in March 2020, the Sussexes have stayed at Frogmore Cottage a handful of times. They came for last summer's Platinum Jubilee and again in September for charity engagements, staying on after the Queen died. Prince Harry came for the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral in 2021 and the unveiling of a statue to his mother that summer. The couple have serious concerns about the implications for their security. Harry, who is taking legal action against the Home Office over the decision to downgrade his security when he is in the UK, believes that it is safer for them to stay at Frogmore Cottage because it is within the security perimeter of the Windsor estate. If they come out to the UK in the future and need to stay in a hotel, then it complicates things. So here's the thing, Has. That's not the taxpayer's problem anymore. You are now a Hollywood D-list celebrity who thinks that you're on the same level as the Jay-Z and Beyoncé's. So if they can fund their own security when they travel, then so can you. So figure it out. So what's next? This couple is only getting started. I believe that they have a lot more plans up their sleeve to sabotage not only King Charles, but also Prince William and his future. I believe that Meghan Markle is that bitter and vengeful to be the one who is putting out those cheating stories. She is the one to work behind the scenes, as she says, meeting the right people who are actively plotting to bring down the monarchy. We all know that she is supporting and funding various individuals who support doing this. I think in this situation, they've been planning this, and the retaliation now is going to turn up a notch because Harry no longer has ties to the UK in any shape or any form, which means his visa is in jeopardy as well as his status. And now, hopefully, his finances will be exposed by the IRS. What is unclear to me now is the security case with the UK government. Does this mean that the UK government will throw Harry's case out because he no longer has ties to the UK and is no longer responsible for any type of royal duty in case, let's say, the king becomes incapacitated? At this point, what are they going to fake now in order to plead the case that they need this security? Now, we all know that Meghan is not losing any sleep over this, but I almost wonder, was this announced on purpose during this time frame because there's something bigger coming? Meaning that neither Harry or Meghan, which I'm sure is a relief for Meghan, have ties to the UK in which Meghan can go into politics without being pseudo-criticized by the UK media. Harry himself can also talk about politics because he's no longer really involved with the UK anymore, and it really doesn't matter if he does at this point talk about it and get involved with certain organizations that are political. I also think that this could be concerning for Americans because maybe this might push Harry in the direction of becoming an American citizen. That scares me more than anything else because he is a domestic threat to American civil liberties, and I think that if he can be treasonous with his country, then he can be treasonous as an American. It's something that we definitely need to watch. Right now, it doesn't look like he's going to be leaving the US anytime soon. So, guess we're in for more hazing by this couple. And there's no doubt in my mind that there's more coming. What do you guys think? Do you think that this is a big deal? I don't, but let me know your thoughts. As always, I will be back soon with more content, but until then, please be safe, and I will talk to you later. Bye!
I was such a fraud.